Not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves of mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Elohim. But hold on. And such were some of you. But ye are washed, but you are sanctified, but you are justified in the name of the Master Yahushua and by the Ruach of our Elohim. Remember, he told you, don't let your head lack no ointment. So your head should remember how the blood of the seed was consumed. Your head should remember that seed is destroying the chaos within you. We tend to not remember those things, which takes us back to what we talked about last week. Our desire is to thy name and to the remembrance of thee. Therefore your dead body would live with his. He said, thy dead men shall live with my dead body. They have the muf and the kaya. So we got to consider, and we know that's the covenant of the sacrifice of life. We look at death in that aspect. Kaya is the kat and the yad of the sacrifice, the separation of the right hand, or the head of the right hand that separates. Separation. And what do we have to separate? Just like he said, no. To be spiritually minded is life and shalom. To be carnally minded is death. You have to separate your spirit from your flesh and no longer allow your flesh to dictate your behavior, but allow the word of Elohim to direct your will. Allow the Ruach of Elohim to have a place to dwell. Because guess what? You know why we mentioned Egypt, that seed destroying that chaos? Because we all have been involved in idolatry. You know why we mentioned that seed destroying Sodom and Gomorrah? Because we all participated in fornication. You know why I mentioned that seed? And it shows how the word will come in and destroy the things that are chaos within us, the same way that he destroyed the kingdoms. That you can see that it is Elohim who reign amongst men. Let me see something in 1 Timothy chapter 3, man, before we get ready to let y'all slide out of here, man. Let's see if 1 Timothy 3 got what I'm thinking about. It don't. Yeah, 1 Timothy 3 and 15. But if I tarry long, that thou may know how thou ought to behave thyself in the house of Elohim, which is the synagogue of the living Elohim, and the pillar of the ground in truth. And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. Elohim was manifest in the flesh, justified in the Ruach. How was he justified in the Ruach? By his resurrection, because of his death. Seen of Malachim, preached unto the Gentile, believed unto the world, on in the world, and received up into esteem. Let's go back to 1 Corinthians 2 and 3, because we didn't read that. We'll make it verse 4. He said, my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of Ruach and of power, that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of Elohim. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak the wisdom of Elohim in the mystery, even the hidden wisdom which Elohim ordained before the world unto our esteem, which none of the princes of this world knew. For they had known it, they would have not crucified the master of esteem. See, that's taking us back to the blood of the seed is consumed. Or the seed of life's blood is consumed. Why was it consumed? So that same seed could destroy that chaos. These people didn't know what they were doing. It's the same thing that what Joseph said. Joseph stated that what you thought to do to me for evil ended up being for good, saving many people alive. That's why we started looking at Joseph, because Joseph would be representative of that oil. Because Joseph was sought to be consumed. And then he was the seed that destroyed the chaos, because he destroyed the chaos that was brought forth because of the famine that was in the land. And because he was able to do that, he ended up being joined to Pharaoh to sit in Pharaoh's second seat to command the whole land. And he was joined to a power that could not be stopped. See, the story of Joseph is representative of all three elements of the oil, and how we viewed it this evening. But the last thing we look at is being joined to a power that can't be stopped. John chapter 17 tells us how we'll be in that he prayed for us to be in the Father, for him to be in the Father, for us to be in him, that we all may be in the Father, that we all may be perfect in one, that the world may know that he has been sent. But let's go look at, I want to say Matthew 28. Let me see if Matthew 28 has the word verbiage that I'm looking for. No, Matthew ain't got the word verbiage I'm looking for. But Mark does. Mark 16 and 15. And after that, Luke 24. And he said unto them, Go ye into all the world and preach the gospel to every creature. He that believeth in his shall be saved, and he that believe not shall be damned. And these signs shall follow them that believe. In my name shall they cast out devils, and they shall speak with new tongues. They shall take up serpents, and if they drink any deadly thing, it shall not hurt them. And they shall lay hands on the sick, and they shall recover. So then after that, the master had spoken unto them. He was received up in the Shamahim, and sat on the right hand of Elohim. And they went forth and preached everywhere, the master working with them, confirming the word with signs following. Amen. So he mentioned some things that they would be able to do. Let's look at Luke 24 to expand on it further. 24 and 47. He said that repentance and remission of sin should be preached in his name among all nations, beginning at Jerusalem. And ye are witnesses of these things. And behold, I send the promise of my Abba upon you. Tarry ye in the city of Jerusalem until you be endued with power from on high. So remember, a pair are powerful and unstoppable. You know, in the book of Isaiah, he sit back and he tell you how the words that he speaks, who can stop them? That his word will be brought to pass. It's Isaiah 46, about verse 10. Say his word to do all his pleasure. Isaiah 34 and 16 tell you how to seek ye out the book of Yahuwah and read, and that every one of them will have their mate, and his Ruach has gathered them. So we know we have to be joined to Yahushua, who is joined to Abba Yahuwah. And now there's two are joined, and you have power. Notice that he told them that they be endued with power from on high. 1 Corinthians 4 and 20. Make it 4 and about 18. He says, now some are puffed up, as though I would not come to you. But I will come to you shortly, if the master will and will know. Not the speech of them which are puffed up, but the power. For the kingdom of Elohim is not in word, but in power. See, I'm going to tell you something. See, a lot of people feel like if you have knowledge, that you have power. But see, he told you that you could be ever learning and never come to the knowledge of the truth. Just because you have information doesn't mean you have power with Elohim. To have power with Elohim, you have to actually sacrifice yourself to Elohim. You have to believe in Elohim. See, Yahushua got power. See, in Romans 1, it tells you that he was declared to be the son of Elohim with power, if my memory serves me correctly. Let me check. That's what it said. He was declared to be the son of Elohim with power, according to the spirit of separation. To be declared to be a son of Elohim, the power of Elohim has to rest with you. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to speak in tongues and things of that nature. But see, we're in a time that we think that if somebody knows something, that is indicative of power. That is not indicative of the power of Elohim. Because the power of Elohim, as we already seen, has the ability to cause a sacrifice and to subdue. See, it said that seed destroyed the chaos. So that word should have the ability to subdue the flesh. so you can be joined to this power. Because we neglect to realize that Elohim is power, that his word is power, that his righteousness is power, that it was by his power that he took down Sodom and Gomorrah. It was by his power that he took down Egypt. It was by his power that he did this. Let's go to Exodus 9 and 13. It was by his power that he broke down Nebuchadnezzar. It was by his power. So we sit. I can look at his word is built on power. See, the word alone ain't gonna do it. It got to be a little power behind it, some might and some strength. Dang, I forgot where I was going. Man, them children just threw me all off. I don't remember where I was going. Oh, Exodus 9 and 13. And Yahuwah said unto Moses, Rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith Yahuwah Elohim of the Abarim, Let my people go that they may serve me. For I will at this time send all my plagues upon thy heart, and upon thy servants, and upon thy people, that they may know that there is none like me in their rats. For now will I stretch up my hand, and that I may smite thee, and all thy people with pestilence, and thou shalt be cut off from their rats. And in very deed for this cause have I raised thee up, for to show in thee my power, that my name may be declared throughout all the rats. Yahushua said he came in his Abba's name and you received him not. I've been meaning to deal with that particular passage to show y'all how this relates to Yahushua for at least 2 years, and we ain't got around to it. But praise the Lamb, we gonna start with it today. And we started with it because it led up to what we started with, what we set the table up with for the week. He raised Yahushua up so that you could see his power in him. He raised him up for the cause that the Lamb was slain from the foundation of the world. Therefore the seed of life blood was consumed. So therefore that seed could destroy the chaos. That too could be joined to a power that could not be stopped. Because once you are joined to the power of Elohim, which means to be joined to his Ruach, then you are resurrected from the dead, and therefore death cannot stop you, because you will not taste it. But you were willing on the Shabbat, we will go into this in greater detail. But hallelujah for Yahusha in the word, because we finna